All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a very, very long time since I did any long form content, and according to what everybody has told me on all the rest of my socials, they want to see more long form content. So bear with me, as this video is not going to be professionally edited or anything of that nature, but we got all the kids loaded up and we're going to surprise them with the new project vehicle. So join us on the road trip. I'm not going to disclose too much information, but you guys could probably figure it out from social media what I've been looking at. I have blatantly said the vehicles I've looked at, but no, it is not another Bronco, and no, it is not a Jeep. But kids are in the car waiting for us, so we're going to hit the road and go see if we can't make a deal happen today. All right, so here's the deal, guys. So we went and stopped and we looked at that the Scout. The kids are now obviously aware of the fact that we are attempting to buy something. I got the guy talked down to about $800. The issue is the title he has is not in his name, so that causes some issues there. Right now we are at a local gas station getting the kids a snack. The wife's actually passing them out right now in the car, and we are attempting to figure out what our next game plan is going to be, because it's rough. The Scout is Scouts are going for money. This guy, he's losing money on it, but it's going to need an entire body structure restoration before it can even go on the road. The driver's floor is completely gone, the wedge is gone, the cab mount's gone, the frame's good, everything's good there, but it's going to need an entire floor structure, both inner and outer rear quarters, the top's roached on it. It's going to need literally everything. So we're tracking down some other options down here while we're in Omaha, and gonna see if we can't figure out a backup plan. It might end up being a Bronco, it might end up being a Jeep yet. So we're going to see what kind of four-wheel drive we can pick up here, and I'll keep you guys updated. All right, guys, here's another update for you. We are currently waiting on an address from a guy on Marketplace to go look at another potential project vehicle. They are on their way home, I guess. So as soon as he gets there, he's going to send us a message. But we're close by. It's kind of on the way home. So we still got the wife's rig, still got the trailer on. I've already paid for the trailer, so we're waiting on that. Unfortunately, the guy who had the Scout didn't really want us to be filming, so I was unable to show you the Scout that I was looking at. Just know that when you think of a rough Scout, this one was probably worse than that. All International Harvester Scouts are prone to rust. This one was more so than anything else. So I'm going to see if this guy will let me do some filming when we get out at his place to look at this one. This is not a Scout. I'm going to put that very bluntly. And if everything goes according to plan, I'll get some footage of that while we're there. Try to have the wife record me getting it loaded on the trailer. And hopefully here within the next hour, we're back on the road heading for home, because we still got cattle chores and everything to do yet and everything else. So I'll keep you guys updated as much as I can. Well, we're not coming home empty-handed, I guess. The kids are busy being preoccupied on their phone and toys and such, but we got the Bronco loaded up and we're headed home. It's got a bad transmission, that much I know for sure. It's going to need battery cables and a new battery. But after we jump started it, drove it right on the trailer with the transmission slipping in both forward and reverse. But we got a T19 4-speed manual and a manual shift transfer case for it. So all I really need to do is order a flywheel and a clutch kit, swap that in, and we'll have a 4-speed 5-liter four-wheel drive Bronco that's ready to go ripping with. So I'll do a little bit more of a walk around when we get her back to the house. Okay, so we got the Bronco home. Of course, the kids now are fully aware of what the little road trip adventure we went on today was. Got some of the parts in the shop. Bronco's off the trailer. It's parked off to the side. It's dark out. This day took way longer than I anticipated. I got some footage from my wife as we were like loading it up on the trailer. But I don't really have much of a walk around footage of the deal, the transaction being made itself. So we got a core support sitting right here that's out of an 80s bullnose truck. 4-speed manual transmission with a mechanical shift transfer case that'll go inside that Bronco. It's a 302 with an AOD automatic currently. The transmission slips really bad. It's pretty much wound tight, trying to back it off the trailer, and you pretty much got it on the floorboard the whole way just to get it to move in first gear. So we're gonna swap it to a 4-speed. The guy had all kinds of parts. I got a grill guard for it that'll go with this core support. I got a Lund visor, got the transmission and transfer case, all the components to swap it over, minus an actual clutch kit flywheel, which is fine because I'm gonna buy that new anyway. It's gonna be kind of a as we go along kind of project, so be looking for more of that coming up as we actually get into fixing it. We got all kinds of stuff in the shop right now. I don't have room to work on it right now, but the end goal within the next year is to have the transmission and stuff in it, get it running, get it driving. It needs an exhaust system. It's got nothing after the catalytic converter. The guy put all new manifolds, wide pipe, cat on it. So we need to go get a muffler and tailpipes put on it yet, which won't happen until the transmission's in so a guy can actually drive it, you know. But that's kind of the goals. Get it running, get it driving, get it on the road. And then, you know, I got the hood up there that came off the other Bronco of mine that I was trying to power stroke swap. That if I decide to go through with the bullnose swap stuff, I'll put that hood on it, and then I'll just need to buy some fenders and such. But I got all the rest of it. But yeah, tomorrow morning when it's daylight out, I'll give you a walk around of the Bronco, and that'll wrap up this video. So yeah, and we'll go to that. All right, so I promised you guys I'd do a walk around video of the Bronco, showcasing a little bit more of that in this video, and what's wrong with it, game plans for it, all the goods, you know. But here it is, 1990 brick nose XLT Bronco. I'm gonna go ahead and do a full walk around and give you all the information your heart could desire. All right, 1990 model year. It's XLT package. Needs a few things. Battery cables, the negative cable we could probably get by with. Needs a new battery. It's got the AOD automatic in it, 5-liter. Runs like a champ. Transmission slips horribly. But I got a T18 4-speed and a 205 transfer case that'll go in it, which will get rid of the push button 4-wheel drive, and it'll be a 4-speed floor shift 4-wheel drive. Interior's in fantastic shape, aside from the fact this has got a, like, I don't know, Super Crew Lariat, you know, early 2000s F-150 seat. I got the second seat sitting there. Whole pile of parts. I'll go through that here in a second as well. But interior's in great shape. Buckets with the console, which I think the direction I want to go is I want to try to find a set of 40-20-40 seats, or at least a split bench, something that'll bolt directly in here, where I can sit 3 wide up front. But it's in great shape. It's got some rust there, wheel arches, you know, typical Midwest Ford stuff. The tailgate's been replaced. All the wiring is there. I just got to rewire it. But as far as parts go, I got all the stuff to swap it to the 4-speed with the transmission and transfer case. I got a core support in the shop for a bullnose, along with a bullnose cowling, a bullnose grill guard, a bullnose front bumper. Got a Lund visor here for it, which I think is super cool and super neat to have. That's probably going to go on here, but the top has never been off of this thing because this trim piece here has never been removed. That trim piece up there, it's in super great shape. We got a little dusting of snow, and I need to get this glass wired up so we can roll the window up. Transmission tunnel cover. We got the spare tire with the spare tire cover inside. This one would have never had the external mounted spare tire carrier, but the tailgate did. Like I said, the tailgate's been replaced, but internal mount spare tire, which is nice. However, I'm probably going to ditch that and go to a swing out rear bumper carrier setup at some point, simply because the direction I want to go with this thing. Interior's in great shape. Eventually, I'm going to add in a legit like family style roll cage to it. Obviously, fender rot. We're going to get rid of these dinky little mud flaps and this deal here and take this trim ring off. We're probably just going to Zeus that, make it a little bit bigger. Same with the front fender. Probably going to end up Zeusing the front fender. Custom built front bumper is going to have something that's going to happen with a winch, hopefully. But it runs like an absolute top. And I got a bunch of parts to swap it to the bullnose front clip. End goal for this, like I said, it's gonna be an ongoing series here on YouTube that we're gonna tackle. But end goal, I'm thinking around 4 inches of lift on 35s with trimmed out fender wells. Probably a bullnose front clip swap. Throw the visor on it, and put a cage in it. Custom front bumper with a winch. Custom rear bumper with a swinging tire carrier, and some gears, maybe some lockers down the road. But basically something that I can go out and have fun with, take the kids, go fishing, all that sort of thing. But super excited to have this project. Like I said, originally we set out to look at an international Scout, and we did. But the Scout was way worse than this was. And for the money that I gave for this thing, which I got to give a huge props to my wife, because she had set out the budget. She's like, this is what we're willing to spend. And she found this thing, and it's in super great shape. It's the perfect starting out project for us. And she's informed me that I am absolutely under zero circumstances supposed to turn this thing into a snowball effect project like my 84 Bronco that this is essentially replacing did. Kids are super excited. I actually brought the youngest boy down here to check it out because he didn't get to really get out and look at it while I was doing the deal. It was awfully cold yesterday, and by the time we got home, got it unloaded, it was dark out, and I told him I'd bring him down here and show it to him this morning. So here we are. But yeah, check it out, because this is gonna be a whole build series on this thing. I'm gonna try to take as much footage of me working on this as I possibly can, but this is the rig. Another full-size Bronco. I love full-size Broncos. I regret selling my 84. The 94 I had prior to the 84 was just worn out and junk. So this thing's in really great shape. The interior is all there. Like I said, I'm going to swap out the front seats for a bench of some form and put a cage in it, little safety features like that. All over time, of course. And, hopefully take this thing out, and I'd like to take it out with the kids, do some fishing, visit national parks, road trips, that sort of thing. Take it to Bronco Super Celebration, maybe, one down in Tennessee. There's one out in Colorado, and I think there's one out in Wisconsin now. Maybe that's something that we can happen in the next year or so, because it's going to be a slow going process. Basically, the only thing this thing actually needs to be on the road is a flywheel and clutch kit. Might need some drive shaft modifications. I'm not sure how much the differences are in an AOD versus the T18 4-speed transfer case combination that's in it. But it's a manual transmission, 5-liter. I got to put a full tailpipe exhaust system on it. Haven't really decided how I'm going to go about doing that. It needs a muffler, but it's got new manifolds, new Y pipe, new catalytic converter. At least I think the manifolds are new. I know the Y pipe and cat is for sure. I got paperwork on that. But I'm thinking dual out at 90s behind the tires here. Like I said, I'm going to ditch the stock bumper and tow hitch combination he's got back here. That's going to have a swing out tire carrier, because it's going to end up on 35-inch tall rubber. I got a set of the old school wagon spoke wheels for this thing. So it'll have wagon wheels, 35s, rock sliders, winch bumper in the front, swing tire carrier bumper in the back, like I said. And then we're going to probably paint it, get all the side molding off of it, hog out the fenders the way we need them to be. Bullnose front clip swap, because my father, he loves the brick noses. I do not. I am not a brick nose fan, but yeah, slowly but surely over the next few years, we're hoping to have this thing all wrapped up. Heck of a nice project. As the oldest boys will be getting into high school and get to driving age, hopefully by the time we get this thing all wrapped up. But it's going to be a slow progress deal. I'm still new to the whole YouTube thing, so bear with me. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm more TikTok oriented than I am YouTube, but I know the guys on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, they really have pushed me to go more long form physical working on it instead of doing this type of stuff right here where I just talk to the camera about the project and walk around the project. But this is the introduction of the Bronco. I've spitballed some name ideas for the project vehicle. Rot box, the rock crawler, like rock crawler, but rot as in it's, rusty. So I don't know, but that's all I got for you guys. Like I said, go ahead and like, subscribe, follow along, or don't. It's your choice. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but that's the new project. Super, super excited about it. And we're very excited. The kids are very excited. And I can't wait to get this thing out, get some adventures with the kids. And really, that's all life's about. Spending time with my kids and getting them into the same thing that I'm into so that we can enjoy the stuff together. That's it. Catch you on the next one.